Please check your radio frequency.
Power Global Radio, your number one station.
Decent hospitality starts at every Ethiopian home, and my parents used to tell me that I was born with it. I am here at Africa's biggest aviation academy to unlock my true potential and reach the level of success and happiness I want. Overall, my life revolves around culinary arts. Thanks to Ethiopian Airlines, my childhood hobby blossomed into a passionate career. My experience here at Ethiopian is leaving me with an ever-growing passion for cooking. Growing up seeing planes flying in the sky was a big adventure for me. It feels great to be where I am today. I feel very privileged. I want to be an idol, and I'm happy that here at Ethiopian, I am witnessing more female voices in the flight deck these days. Nothing satisfies me than witnessing a plane hovering overhead safely. My job is indeed my calling. Ethiopian Airlines transformed my dream into a reality. Meet Mrs. Rahel Asifa, a veteran with nearly 3 decades of airline experience, now at the helm of marketing at the leading African carrier, Ethiopian. She is no stranger to trailblazing. In February 2015,
Yes, thank you so much for tuning into number one down. Yes, this is the hour that we've been waiting for. Today, our guest of the week is Patricia Kulipa Chimangeni. Right, we got our host in this program. I'll be passing you over to South Africa, where my colleague Blessing Pathway is actually waiting and with our guest. Right, thank you so much. Blessing, how are you doing today?
Good evening, how are you?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm good. And how are you, Patricia?
I'm good, thanks. How are you, DJ Nice?
I'm good. Yeah. So, as usual, Blessing, over to you. I'll be out.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight. As you know, it's our tradition that every Monday we got a special guest in our studios that we interact, asking questions, yet we end up to know the guest. So tonight is one of those nights that I'm welcoming you all, our viewers and listeners, wherever you are across the world. We're a guest here. Aminata Turuzenditukudi. Who is she? What does she do? Where she's coming from? So tune in, stay there, and be with us. Also, mwakudola zinzanu kuti tidziwire limodzi ndithu za mulendo amene tili naye pano pa Power Global Radio. As usual, the first phase of the program, I'm going to be asking the guest the questions that I have, and then the second segment of the program, tikupatsani mpata kuti ndithu mumufuse mulendo wathu walero mafuso mwina amene ine sinafuse bwino kapena mwina sana yankhe momveka bwino osimuna kukhutitsidwe ndi funso lina lilonse limene ndinalephera kufunsa limene ndithu mungamfuse mulendo wathu walero. So on your byline, on your screen, pazenda nambala imene mungathe kutiimbira pa WhatsApp kuti mumfuse guest wathu walero. Komano in the first segment ndikhala ndikucheza naye kumfusa mafuso awiri atatu amene ndili nawo ndi amene ndakonza pa tsiku la lero. Ndemosa kutayira ndi nthawi ndithu, welcome to the program. Tonse tili bwino ku South Africa kukuzizira, and studio ya ku England ikuoneka kuti ili bwino and our guest is ready. Good evening, Patricia.
Good evening, Blessings. How are you? How's South Africa?
I'm doing well, fantastic. Ungoti talowa winter panopa ndi kukuzizira kuno ku South Africa.
Oh, sorry. Ife tikulowa musama.
I can imagine kusintha kwa nyengo ndithu tikutha kusefana kuti ena ndikulowa summer ife tikulowa winter.
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thank you
having
so
me.
much.
Actually. Yeah.
Yes, it is a pleasure having you, and thank you so much for making time to be with us. Nde
Thank you.
mwina mosaraya nthawi tiuzeni ine ndimangodziwa kuti Patricia, but actually ndi ndani dzina lanu kwenikweni?
Okay, ine ndine Patricia Kulipa Chimangeni. Ndimachokera ku Kasungu kucha mama. Mudzi mwa Ng'ombe.
Kasungu
Ya ndi kwathu mukandipeza kumeneko.
chabwino.
Ambiri amandidziwa ndira kuti Patricia, komanso ambiri amandidziwa ndi dzina kuti Kulipa. I prefer la Kulipalo. Chifukwa choti lili ndi tanthauzo. It means kumanda kulipa. You know, I was born in Tayoti. We lost a grandmother. So I was born after that. So they were like, kumanda kulipa. So it's got connection many area. That's why I like the name.
Okay, Kulipa. Sorry about your granny. Komanoli ndita ntauzo nditu. Modi inunda jewa ndito jewa.
Yani feojewa iti.
Jewa Kasungu. Komwe kuja mama.
Komwe uko kumusi kufupi ndi ku game reserve yakunkhota.
Game reserve. Okay, perfect, perfect. So Patricia Kulipa Chimangeni ndi dzina lanu mu prefer kuti muzitchulidwa kuti anthu akuitana Kulipa kayani kuti Patricia, it doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. They're both names.
All right. Ndiyeno Kulipa ameneyu anabadwira ku Kasungu komweko?
Kulipa anabadwira kudedza. Makolo anga anali abambo anga magwira ntchito ku polisi. Ndeti mayenda kwambiri. Tinabadwa ana ena anabadwira kudedza, ena kusalima, ena kandi kuti madera ambirimbiri chifukwa cha kuyenda kwawo.
Okay.
Ineyo ndine last born wa mu family yo.
Okay, your family anangati?
Family tinabadwa mwana 7, 2 girls and 5 boys.
5 boys. Wow.
Unfortunately, we've lost a brother and a sister.
Oh, that's unfortunate. It's unfortunate kuti zinthu zinaenda choncho. Nde school yanu inuyo mutabadwira kudedza, primary school, secondary school mwachitira kuti?
Primary school mene ndimandanenera kuti makolo anali polisi. The school I think ndili mwana kwambiri sindingakumbukire chifukwa timayenda kwambiri. I remember naphunzirako kumangochi.
Chabwino.
Naphunzirako kodi kwina ndikuti. Koma kwambiri ndinaphunzira ku Zomba Police Primary School. Lilongwe Police Primary School. School amene anali mu camp. From there anapita ku secondary school ku Stella Maris. From there tinakhozako bwino ndinapita ku University of Malawi ku Chancellor College. So I took Bachelor of Education Humanities course.
Bachelor of Education and?
I'm Bachelor of Education Humanities.
All right, ku Chancellor College menu.
Chancellor College.
All right. Ndiyeno mprogram yathu ya lero takulandirani kwambiri pano ndionse amene akutionera, komano nkhani yayikulu imene tili nayo pano ndiyoti inu ndi writer kapena kuti author, olembalemba izi zolembalemba zimene timawerenga ma stories ndamene nkhani yake tikhale tikucheza pano, and I understand you got a book, but before we go into that deep into the book imene muli nayo padakali pano, imene mwalemba, I understand kuti inu mwakhala mukulemba abe ma stories osiyana kuyambira kale. Munayamba kulemba liti?
Kulemba kweni I cannot say an exact date or number tsiku lakuti. Koma I would say ndili mwana I used to read a lot. Makondo pita ku Lilongwe kunali library, National Library. The brother wanga wina makonda sozolemba timati Alfred amakonda zowerenga, so nthawi zonse akamapita amanditenga. There I started developing ka interest kowerenga. Then, you know, as I grew up, ntapita to secondary school, we used to write. I don't know if you munaphunzira ku school ku Malawi, timakonda olemba ma composition. So from there, my composition ndokumbuya ndili from 2 tinani ndi expatriate teacher at Mr. Kandi. And he actually said, "Oh, you write good composition." Yeah. So he started encouraging me that you write well. If you have spare time, you can even you don't have to wait for me to give you a composition in class. You can just write something and I'll mark it for you. I think that's where I started like writing. And he would also tell me the rules of writing. Would be setting a paragraph for that. So I would say that's where my writing was born. And after that, when I went to Chancellor College.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Chancellor College was so broad. There were so many people. Some were writers. You know, it was just massive. And then I was lucky anyway. I was taught in I don't know whether you've heard of this lecturer, late Professor Chimombo.
Chimombo, I think I've heard about him.
He's written a lot on Apollo poems, and Nalo Chuk at that time in writing. There was also another lecturer. He was called Dr. Anton Nazombe. He was also a writer on his own. So you know, when you're being taught by people who are writers and they've published, and you're a budding writer, you kind of think like, wow, I'm here. These are the people I aspire. They encourage me. So I think it kind of it strengthened my resolve to write. However, now again at Chancellor College we had a writers' workshop.
All right.
So this workshop, what used to happen is people would write stories, including the lectures themselves as well. So they'll present them, and every Thursday. Workshop, and people would actually like critique my stories or poems, or some of them maybe would start a chapter in a book, they'll present it. So it was a group of like, now these are intellectual writers.
Yes.
I don't know whether you remember, we've got people like Smith Mikongwe. He's a lecturer at Chancellor College now, and these people are still writing up to now.
Up to now,
okay. So, I was in a group of writers, of people who were writing. So it kind of started encouraging me up to a point today I attempted to put a little poem in the writers' workshop.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the other thing is, I think writers, somehow they tell you where you're wrong, where you could have, not really wrong, how you could have phrased it better.
Paragraph, then they try to tell you improve in this manner, in this way.
Yeah. So I think that's how now I started, like, you know, the Marimban team, and I can write an article. So I wrote a poem. I wrote a poem. It was published in Mwasi Writers. Wasi inali magazine ya Chimombo imeneyo. So it was published, and I think that was my first published article.
Okay.
Yeah, I did attempt, writing is also a bit tedious. I did attempt other writing, other pieces, but they didn't come out. When I finished uni, I also published a few stories in Malawi News. It was a Saturday Malawi News magazine. Yeah.
I was coming there. Komano, you can just continue. Yeah, tell us more about that, because we want to understand how did you develop that ability. That's what we want to know. sichintu chamasewera. Even my viewers atha kundimvetsa kuti kuwerenga ndi kulemba, to balance up these two is not easy at all.
It's not easy, but I think like when you're among people who are writing, like I said, Kuchango, I think they sharpened me a lot. And then the other thing is, I think like you say, writing goes hand in hand with reading. So the more you read, the more you learn, and the more you write. Yeah, it's like they're both, that's Maria. There's two sides of the same coin. You read and you also write. Yeah. So you just go. It's not like you just keep reading and you keep writing. Sometimes I know I've written a lot of Winangat poetry, which I'll write and I'll just discard it. It's useless.
Yeah.
Or I don't go through with it. Things like those. Yeah, because sometimes now the brain just freezes for some reason.
Yes.
I'm at writing blog. I'm here so let's all do I'll write. So you write after 2 hours. You just freeze, and sometimes you can't get back to that flow.
Yes.
But it's like one grandchild of Wandamari, sort of.
I see. So in nutshell, in writing to you, does it energize you or it is exhausting?
Writing for me, I don't know, surprisingly, I will write well when I'm stressed up.
Okay.
So it's like it releases my stress. Like an I think it's like an outlet. An outlet. So that's what I do. Sometimes I don't know. I like to observe people, what they do, and capture their funny moments or capture their sad moments. And for me, when I put it on paper, it's like I'm sealing. Seal. This is what I experienced at this particular time. So there's a little bit of fun as well.
So we can say, as it stands right now, you developed this skill, your lemba, welenga, much pamene munali kuchansa college. Pamene munakhala ndi nthawi kwambiri yotha kulowa deep into writing my poetry, my poems, and zosiyana, you did it at Chansa College.
Yeah, that's right. And don't forget what is the Malemba academics on top of that.
Yes.
My essay, so most of it was writing, regardless of what piece you're writing.
Okay. So initially, it's like also and terminally surrounded to you. They helped a lot developing you to become a writer.
Yeah. I don't want to mention names. It's a Kangari in the Wangamara. You've heard of people like Charles Mango, Sundumadise. These are people who were writing. It was, I think, that period, people were writing, to be honest. And if you have that, you aspire to it. Because Makanga he said it's like a league, so you do that. I think when I song I lacked the confidence. Yeah.
That's the most important thing in whatever you do, confidence. If you got confidence in you, then you're gonna master. Exactly.
Yeah.
And first approaching, you've done your education, remember my poet, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Based on your own experience, so you are publishing in Malawi News and stuff like that. Many Malemba. Is it based on fiction or non-fiction?
Most of the things I write are non-fiction. Although I do write, most of them are fiction.
Fiction, yes.
Although I've written a few non-fiction pieces as well. Because like I say, if I were to sit with you, Blessings, and right now, after 1 hour, I can write a story about you. Just like that. Yeah. Because of your mannerisms, then you smile, and I'm picking that. So don't be surprised if there's a little story about you.
Yeah, my artist that you are all the same one.
I'm just picking up like that. Yeah, you've worn a jersey with lines there. You've got a beard, you lighten complexion, and I can go on like that.
That's amazing, amazing. So you've become a writer. I mean, mukulemba ku school, Chansa College, mukulemba zinduzano, mulindia antamena kukunikirani.
Yeah.
That time, I want to understand that time in your mukulemba mukupuzira. Did you take it kuti one day you're gonna be out there being an author of a certain book, or mangolemba kuti for the sake of good and passion, yeah, in your good ndizingolemba by that time in Chansa College?
Yeah, I think then it was more of a fun thing for me. I never dreamt today I can write a book. It was way like out of my reach. So for me, it was just for fun. Like, I'm trying to belong to these people, but to think of writing a book was never in my mind.
Okay. All right. So today we're going to center much on the book that you have currently, that you have published, but I just wanted to get background of how did you become a writer and stuff like that. In the industry of writing, not many, they venture into those section of people that don't discover themselves. Pangazama book kufufuza kulemba ma poems and stuff olonkhani kumene nditu kuifotokozera bwino mota anthu kukhala ndi chidwi inuyo mutakhala pasi ndikuzindikira kuti ine ndi munthu olemba chimene chinabwera m'maganizo mwanu tsopano kuti mufike pa point yoti now I can publish a book.
Okay, the origin of book really, it also started as fun. I remember nditabwera kunoko ndimakhala Manchester panova.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, and then there are times in Tanzania, a weekend it's so quiet. You just sit down. I used to write my stories. Yeah, I would sit down and claim a story, and then I'll leave it there. Then I'll sit down, write another story, and I'll leave it there. But I think I had like 8 stories, 8 short stories, all set up side apart. So I was like, what do I do with all these pamphlets? It's when I decided, I think I can put them together and come up with a book.
Okay.
Yeah. And these stories between you the Malemba, there were different settings. Say I'll write about Blessings Patoe. Tomorrow I'll write about robbery that happened in another place. They were all disjointed. But when I decided to write a book, I picked up all the stories and I said, I need to find all these characters and all these little pieces. I need to put them in one setting. So that's when Nadagan is Kwatunde Gondonda. So setting up a Kalendonda. Yeah.
Oh, that's where the set came from.
So I practically rewrote some of those to fit in Musetting Yandonda. I think that's when I came so serious. Today I'll write a book about this.
Okay. Now, let's remind our viewers and our listeners kuti tiri ndi mulendo pano amene ndi Patricia Kulipa Chimangeni amene ndithu amalemba mabuku mapoems osiyana-siyana amene watijoina tikudziwana naye pano mukhale ndi nthawi yoti mufunse mafunso ndikathana naye first section yofunsa mafunso imeneyi koma pano ndikupitiza ngati mwangotijoina kumene ndithu mlendo wathu wa lero Monday pa 25 May 2020 ndi ameneyu Patricia Kulipa Chimangeni. So now let's come to the book itself. You named it Whirlwinds of Ndonda.
The Whirlwinds of Ndonda, yes.
Yes, that's the book that you have published, and I understand this is your first publication. Yes,
my first book publication. Yeah.
So, take us through Mugati, the Whirlwind of Ndonda.
The Whirlwinds of Ndonda is, I would say, to put it simply, it's the experiences that people had. Those people living in Ndonda, those are the experiences. But like
Ndonda is the village. Ndonda is a village.
It's an area. It's a ward. Marima ward. It's a ward. Yes. Yeah, but in my book, I changed that ward into a village. So I think for us, I mean, maybe we've reached. I mean, for everyone anyway, regardless of whether how old or young you are, you experience ups and downs in life. Ngati will it goes up and then it goes down. It goes up and then it goes down. So whatever was happening in Ndonda, whatever stories are in Ndonda, mostly they'll start and then they'll go down. Or they'll start at a whirlwind stage and then they'll go down. But it's mostly the pains, the experiences, the happinesses, the joys of people in Ndonda. That's what they're experiencing. So yeah, I wanted to give it, because if you say the experience of people in Ndonda, I mean, it doesn't sound like a nice title. But if you say the whirlwinds of Ndonda, it kind of gives people this question mark to say, what is it? What is it about these whirlwinds in Ndonda? But to simplify it, it's just like experiences in Ndonda. So that's what writing is all about as well, because whatever words you're putting in there, you have to think, should I put a twist on it so people are inquisitive about it? Or should I just, because you can't just write a sentence when you're writing. You have to make people inquire, bring out their curiosity.
To give us something that can draw us to have interest in what you have written. Okay, what's going on here? What happened? Or what is going on actually? Could you put interest is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. So this book, is it based on fiction or non-fiction?
This book, I'll let you on in a secret anyway. I think this is what I wrote in my preface, the introduction.
Yes.
When we were young,
yes,
we used to go to the village. There, you would hear people telling you stories about the village. Before I continue, may I ask you, out of curiosity, Blessings, where are you from?
Actually, it's two places that I say I come from. I come from Lilongwe Jamu, where my father hails, and my mother comes from Zomba.
Okay. So when you hear of Lilongwe Kasia, what comes to your mind?
Plenty of things comes because it goes with the experience of what happened previously, or yes. In short, my experiences, that's the first thing that comes into my mind, like a picture of how Kasia looks or what was happening at that particular time in Kasia.
Okay. Do you have Gule Wankuru in Kasia?
Very much.
Yeah. So, you know, for me, when you mentioned Kasia, my mind was all Gule Wankuru. So the same, like, so this is how I think my brain works. I can't explain it, but when somebody mentions a place, it brings up that. So when we used to go home, I'll ask you a question. When you think of Kasungu, what comes in your mind?
No, Kasungu, I haven't been there, but I've got stories that I've heard from Kasungu. Chifukwa bambwanga so nkagwira ntchito chakucha mama komweko amagwira mbiri ma Limbe tobacco estates.
Yeah.
There agwira Stancom and ma Limbe Leaf. They tinande experience jota nkatuuza kuti kukasungu kuti zotere and being kuti kamuzuso nali mafamu kumeneko, so it all comes into the mind kuti okay, I just picture kuti kasungu kuli mafamu ambiri anthu ake ngotere komanso being kuti ndi kwa anthu so kuti ndachewa match nimakhulupiraso kuti mwamboso wa gule wankulu uliko wambiri kumeneko.
Good. Okay. One last question. I'm the interview. I'm interviewing you. Have to switch sides. When you hear of Mulanje, what comes in your mind?
That's a big one. That's a big one because Mulanje is associated with a lot of stories, especially to our family. Because my mother, this is a true story. My mother, I think, partly, to Mulanje, but you remember a long time ago, and Ankasamuka, Ankatu Fiti, Chani, so people they could do wander from here to there, Ndukuma Sentamala. So, depending on my stories, I've been Ankatuuza, my pictures I've been in Malindika for Mulanje, Kumabea, my pictures, I'm be there, I longer the Palombe Mulanje. Like that, so all those stories comes into my head. Could okay, Mulanje, this is the picture, and being good, the Gumekuli Piri, Jalari Bulwatu, Malawi, Dimapanga so picture that mountain in my head. So initially, when someone just says Mulanje, picture Mango Bueras say boom, Pagamods, history many Magolana Nina, Kumasus many Werenga, Ndiwona like visioning, could he Kumulanje Kumaonega Twenty.
So you've mentioned Rufiti, you've mentioned Napolo, you've made this was what I was trying to say, and this is what's in my book.
Okay.
And yeah, things like what I thought I would do is we live our lives and all that, but behind that there's so many cultures, there's so many customs, there's so many beliefs. Ufiti, mentioned Ufiti. I was saying Gulewan Kulu, and I was yeah. So all those things that you've mentioned, the ones that these things have formed part of my book, because I thought that Malawi we don't acknowledge that we don't leave it where we accept it, but we really need to think about our cultures, our beliefs. Some of the beliefs are not good. Fine, some of the traditions are not good, but it's a fact that Malawi has that. So when you go to Tonda village in my book, these are the things that the people experienced. I got that as well from what you say you experienced. Trust me, what I know you say your father was in the estates of Kasungu. If you mention Kasungu and Chisi, Zimajuka can 1 billion Fiti.
Yeah.
Amuntaka Gulachi Gayo, they'll say Pasafema Pamuzer.
Exactly. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
What I did in my book is try to dig out those things and put them in a short story.
And a short story. Okay, but take us a picture with the book many experience many Arinayo, and now we've gone inside the book actually.
Yeah.
Many when Mugujitika Chan, when Kani again duty Chan, experience many Arinayo and Ogundonda, the Chan, Majimon Kati.
Experience Yakundonda, if you read the back of my book, I said it's an assuming settlement similar to any other village nearby. The red dusty whirlwinds the hazy sun, and the heavy, thundery rains are natural events that take place every year. Then what is it about Ndonda that exudes a feeling of trepidation among those who hear about it? It's like, what is it about, say, Kasungu, imene anthu imaopsa? So I don't know whether I'll answer it. I think you ask me again. So what's in the book is the experiences that people in the village meet. So I've got a collection of 7 short stories set in this place called Ndonda. There are different families in this short story. One family we experience one thing. Another family will experience one thing, like those things that I explained. They're nice stories as well. Many more, because again, I wanted to express culture, Malawian culture in there. Yeah. You find out that in the end, when you finish reading the book, you actually say, is this is it something that naturally happens?
They naturally happen, exactly.
Yeah. So what happens in Ndonda, you'd say maybe nothing happens. Or maybe it happened. I think for you, I'll put it this way, like, I think when we were young, it was not you had a feeling then you run back home.
Exactly.
Yeah, so in most of the stories, when it ends, it leaves you a question: is this really happening, or is it just somebody else's mind?
Yeah, looking at the book, I had a sneak peek. It was so interesting and amazing to find out
Yeah.
I understand market on Amazon and stuff like that. People are buying. It's published there. Sneak peek.
Yeah.
Nali ndi interest kwambiri kuona the combination unena kuti maina ambiri amene mwagwiritsa mmene mungati anachisale Simon Njigo ali menemo komanso Mperara River zinthu ngati zimezo. It took me back to Malawi kunena kuti you are like combining, embodying together tradition ya watu ndi maina amene timagwiritsa ntchito komano you are expressing the story in English. We should appreciate culture yatu. It could be an interesting interest chimechina kupezani kuti niyo muganize zosaika mina maina achizungu kapena chifukwa choti muli kunja, as you said, in Manchester your target mwina kupata target azungu ndi chani chimechina kupangitsani kwambiri kuti mbweretse maina ngati amene wa achina Kandulo ali menemo.
Yeah, because I think it's set in a village where those names exist. Although you might find Utimuliso some other Christian names.
Yes.
And all that.
One of them being Naomi Aliso Menemo.
Yeah, Naomi Menemo.
Yeah.
But then I had to, I don't know how my brain thought at that time. I don't know how to explain it. But it was like, I want to mash all these traditional things in a book to preserve it for me. It's kind of a record, but I also want to preserve it. But I also want to expose our culture out there as well. Okay. So the only way of doing it is to write it in English. And like you say, in the people don't really understand where we come from.
Yes.
People don't really understand. Okay, you are African, so what? But they don't really understand the deep thing in Africa. I'll tell you blessings. just as an example, kukachitika maliro,
Yes.
women timapangana text messages. You know what? Everyone turns up at a chitenje. But it's in the diaspora, and it's like it baffles people. Mwinazunga madaba kuti tikamafika aliyesa kukulutsa chitenje, aliyesa kukulutsa chitenje, and they think, what is happening? So again, what's going on? Everyone has got this thing. Some handbag. You know, people akamaenda makandi chitenje handbag. So it's a culture as well, like you say. It's a culture which we would have. But we find that subconsciously you're doing it here. Writing it in English is also trying to tell them that some of the things that we have that makes us us. It comes from back home, and they have to learn that.
All right. So I understand this book is about 290 something. I think if I'm not missing, it's 295 pages.
Yeah, it's actually 300. It's 371 pages.
Ooh, 371 pages. The book, Lodi, to be honest with you, the book and being good writing is not an easy job or just an easy thing that you can just wake up in the morning and write something. You have to spice up and do all the hard work. How long did it took you to write this book?
I think when I sat down to do the serious writing, it took me about 3 years.
3 years to write.
3 years.
3 solid years.
3 years. I wrote the story. I edited it, and then I had an external editor. I'll mention him because he's done a great job. He really helped me, like I said, with the settings and all that. His name is Charles Simango.
Simango, he
edited it. He asked me so many questions to say ababanji. So it was like I had to go through the book again. After he read Ink, when I read Ink, I tell you, I almost gave up. So after he edited it, I corrected everything, and I sent it back to him for him to read. Yeah. So when it came back, there were a few errors anyway, but most of them were like green. Just do this, correct here, do that. The book is ready to go. So that's the whole process. So, I also had to take during the final touches of the book, I had to really take some days off work to concentrate on the book. It's so intense. It was so intense.
In a nutshell, how is your schedule when you're writing on your daily basis, like on your daily schedules? How do you sit down and say, for 3 years that you've been busy writing this book? I understand it was a hard work, but how was your schedule in terms of timing? Malemba bwanji buku limeneli makala nthawi imene madzipatsa kuti ayi kuchokera nthawi yakuti ndiyakuti ndidzilemba kapena iye azimangotengera kuti free time yanu pa nthawi imeneli bwanji?
When you're in free flow, when I was just writing stories, I didn't have to I'll just sit down and write 2 pages, more 4 pages in the current soil sheet. Now, when you're serious about the book, when I was serious about the book, I had to take like when I wrote the first draft to do Peter Charles, I had to take a week off because you have to get in the book, correct everything, but it things like years in the book, Zaka, you have to follow up. 1972. 1974. You can't go back to say 1970. There are all those things you have, the little gritty things, So with those, I'll take, say, a week off, send it. Then when it comes back, I take a week off, send it, and all that, So it's intense. Yeah, it was intense.
I see. Amene mwangoti joina kumene pa Power Global Radio. We are live on Facebook, and also you can tune in to Power Global Radio. Amene bo kumvetsera ndithu every Monday timakhala ndi guest watu amene amabwera. Tonight we got a special guest in the name of Patricia Kulipa Chimangeni, amene ndithu ndi wolemba, amene ali ndi buku lake limene analemba lili out there on the market, limene akuitcha kuti The Whirlwinds of Ndonda. Ndithu ndi pamene tikumfunsa mafunso mu studio muno. Ndiyeno tikupatsaniso ni mpata monga mujandanenera kuyambirira kuti mumfunse mafunso ndikumkandicheza naye, imene ikhala second segment ya program yathu muno mu studio ndithu tsiku la lero. Ndiyeno buku limene
One blessing.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you've programmed your program like in segments or in China line. My comments are coming up, and there is one follower here, Roderick Junaid Kalumpa. He did say, I want to join in, I want to contribute. I know you still have got some questions. I don't know whether we can turn it around as and when people want to come in and comment. Then when they go out, you can continue with your schedule. Because
no problem. Yes, yeah. We can do that. You can give them the link. They can join. I understand they can join live, or they can call the WhatsApp number.
Yeah.
That you can put it under the bar line there. So either way, they can join in anytime, or mutakubanga ndithu studio me utazi join akadimandimi. Mwina zikhala ndi mafunso utazicheza na ifwa ina maiwala mwina funso limene amafuna afuse.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, ndikuona ndi wachangu kwambiri wabwera kala apa. Madam Patricia Kulipa.
Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Good evening, Roderick.
Good evening, Patricia. Hi.
Oh, hi. How are you?
We can't see your video, sir.
Oh, you cannot see me. Oh, God. I think technology. We've got some technology.
Yeah. So what you need to do is when you come in, you need to allow your phone to access the camera as well as your microphone.
Okay, I did the microphone, but the camera.
Yeah, it should I'm sure at this the initial stages of logging in. I'm sure it could have asked you for that.
You guys continue, then I can log in again.
Yes, please. That we've lost now our guest, but I'm sure she'll come back. All right, thank you, sir. Yes, when a blessing Pani, I thought we could, turn things around when people are actually coming in, and people be like, "Oh, I've been asking," or you are ignoring us. But now, unfortunately, we've lost our our guest.
Lost,
let's see.
I lost you.
Yeah, she's back. So yeah, you can proceed.
All right.
Yeah, I'm saying
welcome back. Welcome back.
Can I just take a 2-minute break if you don't mind? At some point.
No problem.
Yeah, breaking.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Mwina mutakuka malonda gaye tigulitse tiro musika tabatse ya guest atuka 2 minutes break.
Zofunikira. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Nde tipanga zimenezo kuti aindithu amene khala ngati akamwe madzi.
Imagine saludzo izi.
All right. Tipange change.
I wanted to go.
Yes, thank you so much for choosing number one dial. We're still here with our guest as well as our host. This program is being hosted by Blessing Patuebanda all the way from South Africa. Yes, Madame Kuliva, break pangono. Ngeragaza chingwe gabuka nyimbo agaga kuchokera kwa kuchokera Malawi kwa Choko Katimba. Right. We'll be passing you back to our studios in South Africa. Hold on and stay tuned. Hey, to Muntwangul.
The two Zugomogambiri and welcome back, but I think we still don't have our
guest is back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, and again, Bwana Rodri, Amina.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, Mr. Rodrick.
Yeah, hi, Blessings. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm all right. As you can see, he says, I don't need therapy. I just need to go to Malawi.
Quite right, sir. Quite right.
I can imagine. Unfortunately, you're not going to fly. We can't take you on a canoe or in a bike or in a ox cart. Unfortunately, until we say, yeah, it's okay to come.
No, I'm hoping that in the Whirlwind of Ndonda, there's a chapter on how Patricia mentions about Kuluka Palichero. So the mechanisms of how to do that.
There is that, of course, but we shall not reveal the secrets of how it happens, how it works.
That's fantastic and amazing. I think we should use that mechanism of flying.
No, that's yeah. You have to pay me some money.
Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, I just wanted to ask you, do you have any question or comment in the manga whatsoever to Patricia?
Okay, no, first of all, thank you very much for having me. And it's indeed a great pleasure to be in this kind of discussions and where we are talking about Malawian talent. As an author myself, I would like to congratulate you that you've published this book. I know the process of writing a book is not easy. We need a lot of Malawians, especially our generation, to be writing. Because I think from the 1990s to present day, there hasn't been many people who are writing books. In the 1980s, I think there was a bit of literature, 70s as well. But once I agree with you earlier on when I was listening to you, you were talking about, the more you read, the more you can write. When Blessings was asking, when the host was asking you about how do you get to write, so you were explaining that there's a link between the amount of reading and how much you can write as well. I just want to agree. And to and could he be able to write? Because writing is a skill.
Yeah.
It's like any other art, because you bring in your ideas, you want to describe them to somebody and make that person, that somebody, understand. So brilliant work. I haven't seen the book. Today is the first day I've heard it, thanks to Blessings and the team at Global Power Global Radio. I think I'll be looking forward to reading it. I don't know whether it's on Amazon or anywhere where we can get it.
It is. As I'm speaking to you, you can buy it on the market. Padakali panopati tubuku lili kugulitsidwa. Mutati mwangochoka panopa yayi mugula buku ndithu bwino.
Ezikomo kwambiri.
Also on Kindle version, which is cheaper if you want.
Yeah, and Kindle as well. Now, Kindle.
No, Blessings. I like my books to be in print so that I can put it on my shelf, and then I can show all my guests when they come in the house. I
know the feelings. Omango banga collect, just collect.
Absolutely. No, thank you so much, Rodrigue, for your comments.
Thank you so much. By the way, I just wanted to know from you, Rodrigue, like you say you are a writer as well?
Yes.
Telling us title of your books. Now, first we'll see, we have to buy them.
Yeah. Well, I write these. I've written the book that I've written and published is called The Writing on the Sand.
Okay.
It was published last year in March. It's called The Writing on the Sand. And it's also fiction, but based on the characters, it's all set up in Malawi, because I am in Malawi. I am from Zomba in Domasi. So it's mainly set up in Zomba, Domasi, the Kobe Barracks, the Malawi Army.
Muli kwati fedili muchinamwali ndi mukamapusana bile kuje fedima kala matawale chinamwali mchaina ndi kutomasi kwanu ngomari dutsa ni mabuku wa kumasima.
Yes, so just like you, you know, where you're talking about events in Kasungu. I think when I was listening to Blessings earlier on,
yeah,
when he was asking you, and you were saying that it's set in Ndonda is a village, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my book as well is set in a village as well, which is Mikochi in near Malemia, you know. So yeah, but it goes on. It happens in the 1980s, in the run up to the Machi Party in 1992-94. So yeah. So
mine goes far back, because I didn't want to add cell phones in there. I wanted it to be like proper traditional. So people have to walk to find the telephone.
Okay.
And you can only find it at the police station in just, that kind of life in the past. Yeah.
No, that's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Thank
brilliant.
You.
No, but thanks for having me. And this is a good work.
Yeah.
You're promoting Malawian artists. I mean, like artists, they come in various forms. We don't have to all be singers. So great blessings, and you should continue this. It's a very good initiative.
Thank you so much. Mwina so tikubweretsani to find artists odi ndolemba. Ambiri ndoimba, ambiri ndomenya mpira, ambiri ndazi sudzo ngati ma dramas and stuff like. Ambiri ali mu acting too much. Koma writing tilibe anthu ambiri amene amapanga inspire, but we got a lot of people out there amene atendera abwino odi twali ndiziru zawo there, but they are lacking inspiration kwa anthu ngati inuyo chifukwa kubweretsani kuti mwina murati muzibwera muzauza mavuto komanso kuthekera ndi kwalimbitsa mtima titha kukhala ndi ma writers ambiri ku Malawi kuti tizigula mabuku akunja okhaokha osatitha kumawerenga nkhani zochitika kwathu komwe ku Malawi. Moti mwandikumbutsaso buku limene limwene lanu lichilifufuzenso kuti ndikhalenso ndi mpata owerenga chifukwa timakhala ndi ulenso owerenga komana tikamawerenga mabuku anu azikhala inspired ndithu ndikhala ndi chidwi chodziwa ndithu kuwerenga. Mwina tikubweretseniso ndi mapulogalamu akubwera awanga ndi maproducers athu amikozi mapulogalamu athu atipatse nthawi ndithu tidzachezerana bwinobwino za mabuku anu amene munaimba.
Actually, that would be great. I'll look forward to that as well. Excited to listen to this.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Keep well.
Okay, you too. Thank you. Blessings. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye. Bye. Bye, Patricia.
Bye. Thanks, Roderick.
Yeah. Another inspiration in the mene kuti aisimu linoka mu industry imene pala anthu ambiri amene muli nawo limodzi achina Roderick ndi amenewa amene akuyimba. Pano coming back to the book, inuyo book limene munalipanga published it. When was it published?
The book was published, now I can't remember, last year in September, not September, 31st of August.
So 31st of August 2019.
Yeah, and I self-published it. This is also another process that I think the other thing which I might add here is that I'm from a Samakalandi publisher.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the other thing that I wanted to know. How is it like in publishing a book? Because how are books being published? If I'm hambiri timangona muntu walemba nkhani imene muja koma timamva kuti ayi the publisher ndi wakuti ndipo ndamene anapanga editor ndi wakuti. So take us the full scenario kuti in a book chimachitika when how do you publish a book?
Publishing a book, yeah. I think in a book I find the editor to be the most important one. And the one who creates it, because I'm a woman is a masewera also on your own. Now, when you come to publishing, for in a case, you realize what my setting is in Africa and Malawi. Yeah, you need to give it to a publisher who will understand what's in the book, what it's trying to express. So. If you give it to a publisher here, it will get rejected because that story doesn't interest them. They don't understand what's happening. So with them, publishers, they're looking for money. How much money is this book going to make after I publish it? So they also look at the audience. So if the audience doesn't look right for them, they reject it. And initially, when I wrote the book, when I did in draft form, before I met Charles, who was editing my book,
yes,
I sent it to a writer from Malawi to say, "Can you edit?" It was actually the first story, the one that I think you read.
Yes.
And he told me, "This is rubbish. This doesn't make sense." So there's a disconnect. There's no connection in what I am expressing and maybe what he's interpreting. So he rejected that. And that's something that would let you down as a writer. You shouldn't really lose sleep over it because you can send it to another publisher who will accept it. It's because of the styles, and because publishers as well, they look at you have to conform to their styles. It's like if a publisher is publishing science books, they'll say, "What is this? We don't understand it." Yes,
we don't understand exactly. Okay,
so for me as well, publishing. Go ahead.
No, it's fine. You can finish because I was coming to another question. Yeah. What I wanted to say is you have published this book that is on the market currently, and I believe kuti material are publication yani amabuku kuti muzi tulikati togolo na mutu utsa mabuku na mulemba ena akubwera. Now my question is, and my writers ambili amata kukhala ndi mbali imene amanena kuti buku langa limene ndizilemba it's khala continuation ya zimene ndikulemba buku loyamba buku lachiwiri nkhani yake izipita chitsogolo choncho pamene ena akalemba buku amasira pompo adzalembaso buku lina la nkhani ina different from what they wrote the first one. So being this kuti it's your first publication, are you gonna try to combine kuti mukamapita muzi pita chitsogolo ndi buku limene lili panoli the whirlwinds of ndonda kapena muzi khala ndi different nkhani zimene muzipanga publish?
At the moment, I think I'm kind of, the books I'm writing are also following my journey. Okay. Because what I thought, I was telling, when I was starting with Roderick, I said my book was set in the 70s, 80s, before the cell phones. So I was thinking next book I'll write, this one is also, I've got an idea. I've written 15 pages of this book. The idea is to bring it up to the next generation where we have cell phones. It will still be set in Donda. And then Donda will expand and we'll have cell phones and all these modern things. So that I bring it to Tingariani or to the audience. When I talk of cell phones, they know what it is.
But today is the generation of WhatsApp. The generation of the internet.
Yeah,
actually,
the internet generation.
Generation ya mbuyo ngoma. Generation ya Facebook, WhatsApp, and the internet. So this book, The Whirlwinds of Ndonda, did you target? Do you have any target audience in that book?
Target audience is mainly, I think, those who would kind of understand and laugh about the stories is people my age. I'm turning 50 anyway, so people who are 35, 50, 60, they understand what I'm talking about. Yes. But the target is the kids that we are raising, the children, because whatever is happening in the book right now, like I said, they are the WhatsApp age, they're the Facebook age. They don't know what happened in the past. So one of the people sit down and say, okay, what were our parents doing? What was really happening back in the days? So they are also the target. And like I said, on the other target is people who perhaps don't know much about Africa or African cultures. They can and then try to understand why we behave the way we would behave sometimes. They have questions, but if they read this book, they'll say, so this is where this behavior is coming from.
Okay.
So,
in any job or there are a lot of things that you learn through the process and stuff like that.
Yeah.
When you are writing this book, is there any things that you have learned and that Mundhoti Oremba while you were busy writing, publishing, and all those? Have you learned something from it?
As a person, I think I've learned to be patient. I'm quite patient with things these days. It's something for 3 years. It requires a lot of patience. So maybe I rarely get angry because it's so like it exhausted me, but I was patient enough to go through it. And I think that's a character that I've learned that's with me. Another is I've learned. For me, I've learned the process of publishing as well, because I used to write, but I never published. So it took me a while. And I think I should just advise people who want to self-publish. Amazon is good with these things. They've got a room where you can learn. You can learn much, you can learn which fonts to use. You can learn so many things about publishing. You can even be pressure from learning from books. So
from books, yeah. Now,
money as well.
Looking at the book, like you said, for 3 years you've been writing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I understand there are a lot of challenges. I mean, is there any challenges? I mean, you can share with us, and how did you become those challenges?
I think the challenge that I really thought it really hurt me was the rejection that I faced from someone who was writer, and I thought they would understand me, and then I got palmed off. I think I kind of thought, like, all this excitement I had, like I want to be a writer, and it got shut down. So it really made me hesitate to go forward.
I see. Now, what can you advise kuli achinyamata kunjaku amene atsikana anyamata amene akufunanso mwina tsiku lina atadzalemba buku ngati lanuli koma amakhala mwina ndi nkhawa zosiyana-siyana, inu mungauze zotani anthu amenewo?
I think that the thing is, don't fear, just write. There's a saying, people say, just write. Eventually you get through. Commercial, maybe read a lot, especially because area which they write about. I write about culture, someone will write about science. Read a lot along the subject that you're writing. And I don't know whether, like what Roderick said, we don't have a platform as writers. In our house, I had the writer's workshop. But if nobody writer in Malawi, where do they go for give a critique? Sharpen. Where would they go? There's no such platform. Maybe I'll be talking to Brother Roderick about it. We can say so other writers in Malawi. This is a plea, I think, for all Malawian writers. Like, okay, you've been there, you've published a book, but what about other people here? We need people to continue this, doing this, writing this year. So this should be a plea again to Malawian writers. Let's do a work for people.
Writing being your passion that started way back. You can't even remember when you started writing or when you developed that passion. Stuff like it's been like an ongoing thing in your life. Being munabarira mbanja la na 7 and makolo, being a police, something like that. How did your family welcome this idea of you in Kulemba? How did they welcome it?
To be honest, I don't think they had an idea of what I was doing. Because like when you're writing, you get away from people. You need a space. They that kind of thing. Didn't I was writing a book. There were only a few people who knew about it. In my case, in the matter, it's a big project. So I was saying, and it falls flat. So when I published the book, it was like a surprise even to most members of my family. They were like, "What?" Even my friends, they were like, "What?" Yeah, but I kept it quiet. I think the distractions would answer. Sorry. Oh, how far have you gone with the book? Book it messes you up, so you need to focus and let it come out. Something like that.
Okay. And also, when I read the book on the acknowledgements, it's a personal question actually. But if you're not okay, you can just say you're not okay. Naona kuma personal acknowledgements that you mentioned Sydney Kamuzu. Yeah, I think, is it your son?
Yeah, this is my son, Sydney Kamuzu, and he's the one who designed the book cover. So if you want book covers designed, there's a guy here. Yeah.
Because I was coming to that point to say that in the book it says this guy did a lot and you gave him a tough time on this book. I wanted to know which part, what role did he play in your book?
Okay. To say that I gave him a tough time is, he's, I should say he's not like a great reader. But I had to tell him, make me a book cover that fits with my story. So he's a guy who doesn't read and he's trying to say, okay, what's in the book? So I had to tell him, this is what's in the book. And then he would design a cover. I'll say, no, that doesn't fit well with what's in my book. Could you change it? Yeah. So he'd sit there and do, actually it's from a painting. The cover is from a painting, a painted painting. So he had to shed everything and start all over again. And I think at some point there were tensions to say, hey, why are they doing this kind of thing from him? So the tough time came from there. But I think also that it gave us, it bonded us as well, because when we bound the book and it came up, it looks like it's ours. It's,
I see.
Yeah.
Now, the other challenge resources, that we talk of costs. For a book, it doesn't just come easy, and it's not just about kungozuka ndi kungolemba. There are a lot of costs in that. Did someone sponsor you, or you did it sponsor yourself, or there are family members to anakuthandizani kuti mpaka book limene lifike popandidwa publish?
Yeah, the family member and the book cover, because book cover is madura, so to find somebody to design it for you. So that one, I just promised him that I'll cook food for him. And okay. The editor, I had to pay him. Fortunately, he's a friend, so I paid him through installments, which he was okay with. So I sponsored myself, but it was through the kindness of friends around me.
So how has been the market itself? Let's come to the market. The book came out on 31st of August 2019, and it's been on the market, especially online. Are you also selling the book in other outlets, or it's just only on Amazon and where they can get it on Kindle and stuff like that? Or where else can they get this book?
It's only on Amazon and through me. Unfortunately, Amazon has got strict rules where it has to be sold through Amazon. I also have to get my copies from Amazon to sell it to the people. Market-wise, it hasn't really hit. I say this is the UK. Of course, it's meant for audiences that are from the UK, but I think it will get a lot of traction if I sold it in Malawi. And the only thing I can do is buy copies from Amazon myself and ship them to you. Actually, I've got so many requests from people who are like, we need this book, we need this book.
Exactly.
Because for them to buy from Amazon straight to Malawi, it will be very expensive for them. So what I've done is I'm buying them in bulk slowly, and when the time is right, ship them, and then so have someone help me sell them
in Malawi. All right. And also the other thing, being that you are a woman coming background Madziwa Malawi, coming to a culture whereby as they are limited in other things, is Sangabange. inuyo challenge ngati yodzimira pano kunena kuti ineyo being a woman komano it doesn't mean it will stop me writing a great book ngati many the whirlwinds of Ndonda. How was it like ngati Nzimai?
I think in ngati Nzimai, to be honest, I didn't look at it at that angle within Nzimai. I just thought I want to be a writer, kind of thing. The challenges with, I would say, interest of women, interest women as my is low for women. I don't know. We'd rather do something else like a kuruka or things like those. You know, some things, yeah. So writing is, I don't think is that much there. For maybe we like people who inspire us as well. Like the people I mentioned earlier, I mentioned Professor Chimondo, Dr. Nazombe, whoever, most of them are men. So we don't have women in Malawi. Of course, they are there in short supply. So, yeah, the only change was there. But when, like I say, I grew up in a family of 5 boys. It started when I was young. So, because when I was growing up with the boys, I wasn't educated. And the come home, the come back, you know, that kind of thing when you're young.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't find it strange because the foreign Nzimai and the schools. Usually I somehow find a way to fight back. When that spirit keeps me going.
All right. It caught up me also an interest for you to tikangana pa Amazon pamene buku limene likugulitsidwa kwambiri. You've been given 5 stars actually kwama comments and pamene buku limene alipeza aliwerenga across the world pamene aligula. They've given you 5 star ndithu pamene baja kunena kuti there are a lot of comments that are coming in. Sinapezeko comment ina iliyonse imene akulipeza 40 buku limeneli koma everyone is saying kuti yeah ndithu it's a good book and it caught me kuti panali munthu wina amene analemba ndithu zinthu zondisangalatsa. I'll just read quickly to our viewers and listeners zimene ndithu analemba munthu pa Amazon ananena kuti Ndonda village and assuming settlements similar to another village nearby, the red dust whirlwinds, the Henze, the sun, and the heavy thunders raise natural events that take place every year. When they quoted about this, and then it transformed this to say, he didn't understand what exactly it was all about. But when he went deep into the book, actually, he now tried to understand, okay, the story is about this, and this is where you are taking, you are taking this guy going into the story itself, and the muntu jamazibanga visualize ndikumayiona nkhanija. Then inuyo mukamaona zinungati zimene zija, does that inspire you? Let's say if you read the comments across kuti anthu ndithu buku limene lakulikonda, does it give you the motivation that you need?
Yeah, it gives me confidence. Really, I think I'm doing the right thing. I think I'm there. Yeah. So it inspires. It gives me that the confidence, the courage to say, yeah, you can do it. Because when I did write this book, to be honest, and I was publishing it, I didn't have I didn't publish it for the money. I did it for the fun.
Okay.
Buying it, I was okay. I've done something, you know, it gives you that pride.
And also, panali muntu wina amene anapanga so even comment. His name is Charles. He said, very creatively written with a good setting in all the stories. This book is a must read for all who agree that literature opens one's mind to possibilities perhaps never seen. I urge you to buy a copy of this and read and see. Well written through and through. So it's like this guy was impressed, and his name is Charles. He gave me a 5-star on Amazon. Kuti and to buku limeneli walikonda kwambiri, and he's trying to tell us kuti ife tigule ndithu buku limeneli tikhale nalo tisangokhala iya ndithu tikhale nalo. But going back into your scenario of writing, kumalemba ndithu mabuku amenewa ndikumapita chitsogolo choterocho, inu munthu wina wake mwina anakupeza mpona amene anakulangizani kuti malangizo ake a munthuyo anakuthandizani kulemba buku limeneli?
I think amene ndantchula kwambiri ndi Charles kuti anandilangiza kwambiri kuti setting walakuitsa yapa and all that, and to be honest, he was like he was so brutal about it because he wanted me perfect, make the book perfect, and as well as kuti buku lituluke loipa, it's his reputation as well. So he made whatever I'm writing was as perfect as possible. So he asked me questions and all that. And let me just say, let me just say thanks, Charles, for the review, for the good review that you've written. So much. I mean, the Charles Walemba review.
Walemba, yeah, Charles. I mean, Walemba's review by Amazon, yes.
Yeah. But then for other writers, I must be honest, regardless of whether they were men or women, I've had so much support. I've had people who were saying, okay, well done. And these are like the main writers, even in Malawi, who were like, oh, this is good, keep it up, congratulations. And others were like, oh, we didn't know that you were a writer. Okay, welcome to the Ford. So it makes me feel so good. And I don't know, Kuti, I know women face challenges out there, but if you put yourself out there, there's always somebody to grab you, whether women. Yeah, there, when they know you're skilled, yeah.
All right. My characters, I mean, alimu buku limeneli. The characters of Chunga, Jina Najisale, Jina Nina, Jina Naomi, Kandulo, going all the names that are there, should we say it's a true reflection of real people in your village or where you come from?
It's not only in the village. Like I was telling you, Blessing, but I've seen you here. I've seen your mother. I'll give you a name, follow, and there you go.
The character. So, I wish one day you can write a book and you can put the character and the two names. We have blessings. I will really appreciate that.
Yeah, so much so that I know when some people read the book, they'll know. I think you those who know me, they'll say, "Uyura Malimba," you know, that kind of. Yeah. Like when you're going to a character, Uma Muloweza in such a way that they're in your head. So things 2 hours is not that much, but if I saw you like 2-3 days, I'll definitely write something about it.
Something about me. Exactly. That's the intelligence. That's the amazing thing about writers, because they can just pick as many to at their disposal. This is the story that I can write. And also, writing many, it seems like sometimes it goes hand in hand in the natural intelligence. There are people that are born writers, also people to pose it as such, because the way I see, the way you started, the way you have gone through until the publishing, until today, as we are speaking together here, it takes one's passion and intelligence. Naturally, you are born a writer. Is it right to say so?
I think naturally everyone is born a writer. You just need to nurture that side. What I've noted, I think I was laughing with some girls one time. You know how many jokes we Malawians crack on Facebook and on WhatsApp?
Plenty.
You know, there's so much imagination. How did someone come up with that, you know? So you are born with that instinct to make fun, joke, to be curious, to, it's a matter of sitting down and growing it. So I believe, check your Facebook comments from people, WhatsApp, what people write. And they write maybe 2-3 lines and you start laughing. That person is a writer. He just needs to sit down, or he just needs to sit down and expand that little job.
Okay. All right. Finally, but not kumapeto kweni mwina mafuso ena zibwera nkati mwa ndimemo ndikamafusani. Ndikayangana buku lanuli, the way I was reading it in the first paragraph, I read about Chunga Nachisale, the family, and mina nasiya mwana kunyumba kuti aya kupita kumunda, going to the farm early morning, and then anakuma mysteriously kukumana ndi zinthu zovuta kwambiri panjira pamenepo. But in the narration, as anafike kumene kuja, you took us, like me specifically, kunena kuti there is an element of culture imene timakhala nayo, listen mkazi wako, as mmene nditu mamuna wake amampanga admire mkazi wake, the way she walks, the way she does everything, and it's naturally kuti it is like in our culture kupeza zoti anthu akamapita kumunda mkazi amakhala patsogolo, mamuna amakhala pambuyo. Nde ama muyangana mkazi uja akamapita chitsogolo ndikumampanga admire yekha mkazi okhala wake.
To
the culture. So should I say, Kuti, this book is a combination of just a narration of a story that you are telling us, storytelling, but also you are putting an element of culture.
Yeah, precisely. That's why the whole book is really written to expose the culture that we have. Like you were saying, I don't know why that came in my mind, but maybe I heard some man saying, she looks beautiful. So I'll put it in the book. Yeah. So all those things, like you look at culture, I was born in a certain culture, and I've exploited the culture to write the book. Of course, I've cultures, because although I was born in Kudeza, I grew up in the central region, but we find other cultures embedded in there. Because, I'll add in the next book because I'm expanding it, but culture will be there definitely.
Definitely, yeah.
What's behind the person,
Yeah, exactly. Chifukwa ikamapita story just it goes many anajisale nditu amapangira hando atapeza munthu panjira ndi kumauza kuti yayi mupite mukauza mfumu, because naturally that's our tradition kuti tikamapanga zinthu mudzi sitimangodzipangira patokha yayi, timakhala ndi ma village headmen, our traditional leaders amene nditu timapita pakhomo pawo kukafotokozera ngati oyamba. You don't just do anything anyhow mmene munthu ukufunira, ngati mmene masiku ano zilili kuti munthu akangompeza panjira umangoita na ambulance basi straight wakuchipatala, anthu azimva mbuyo muno kuti munthu ali kuchipatala. So it took me a bit of a time because inanitengera kumbuyo mmene Malawi analili muzaka zimene zinkabadwa ife tili ana. At the same time narration yake ikunditengera mu age imene tili. So that was amazing. I had to read the book, even time was not on my side, but it kept me going. Ndizuwerengabe ndizipita chitsogolo ndikubwera kwa Bambo Simon Mjiko. Ndikubwera kwa yo. Yeah, so I will ask our coordinator in UK, Mr. DJ Mugutiva, kuti you can put the number, the WhatsApp number. I have now to join up StreamYard. They can join us, put the link there so that the people, if they got a question to Patricia Gulipa Chimangeni, ngati nesina fuse fusolemenero, mwina sana fotokoze bino, it's time for you to ask the questions and whatever, even a comment. Improve, and this book is online. Amazon, you can buy that book. I think it's going for £5. Am I right?
£5 on Kindle, but if you want a hard copy, it's £10.
It's £10. Okay, so the hard copy it's £10, and the online book, e-reading, e-books and stuff like that, you get it for £5 on Amazon. Then I go there, search for The Whirlwinds of Ndonda. The book is right there online. So I was asking our coordinator in UK, can you maybe put on the bar line number and WhatsApp? I had to join maybe the link. You can put it there so that our viewers, our listeners, they can ask any question. Our guest tonight, Mfusa Patricia Mene Chimangeni, Kulipa Chimangeni, kuti mwina sana ndifusa. So as we are waiting, kuti mwina tibeze first caller or our visitor today or our viewer uda kufisa ni mafuso. Ndimafuna kwambiri ndibwerereso kuma characters ambuku limene lijaye. The ending itself. When you went into the ending and stuff like that, even though people, writers, they want to leave much to be desired for your next publication, because they want to leave us in suspense. They don't want us to know what exactly happened thereafter and stuff. But looking at the ending of the book, in your mind currently, do you think kuti munali maliza nditu bwino munali sira pamene mumayenera kusira?
Naisira bwino pamene ndinayenera kusira chifukwa buku lachiwiriyo litangatira kugwirizana ndi mbiri. Because my last sentence is, he will wait for him a few days. If he does not show up, Gokong will assume the worst. So what is the worst? What is who, so it will be captured, whatever it is he was waiting for, hopefully in the second book.
In the second book. So we should expect my characters Nditu Amene Alibowa, they will continue in the second edition of your book.
Yes, most of them will appear. Some of them will disappear. There will be other characters. Like I say, I have to build new stories. So new characters. But most of them, like, I don't know whether you came across when you were reading. There's a guy called Gokonko.
Yes.
Yes. Gokonko. You know what it means in Chichewa?
In Chichewa, yeah. Gokonko. We use
always there, yeah. So
marimba even kumpira kuti maimba nditu paliso nyimbo za Gokonko za kuimbira.
Yeah. So this Gokonko appears in every story in the book. He's the constant person who will come into the second book as a constant as well. So he's linking all these stories. He's the amazing person, yeah.
That's an amazing thing. Do you know, like I said, Muntu, afuna mwina kuyamba, let's say like me, I want to start writing. Tinene kuti writing and reading, they go together. But the problem imene anthu mwina timakhala nayo kwambiri kuwerenga and timakhala ndi ulesi kwambiri kuti sitiwerenga yayi timangojampa even buku lija ukalipeza umangojampa kumangopita ndithu kuti basi mpaka ungofunapo chimene ukufuna chokhacho ndi kumapita usali maliza bwinobwino ndi kupeza basic yake. Ino mati mukakhala kumawerenga mabuku, do you start from the beginning up to the end, prefix, all those things? That's
why I say you need patience. See? You need the patience for that. When I have free time, most of the time, people read in the Saname. People read with social media. People read. Other thing is managed. Is the visual side of the media. And like you say, they would rather go watch a movie than read book of the movie.
That's
But in Malawi, I think I would blame it a bit with our system of education. Not that strong. Yeah, it's not unless you are in class and there's nothing about let me read for fun. Ngati mmene ineyo I would say nachita kunali library nthawi imene ijayo timapita basi tawerenga timabuku ta size thathu mwina tima 3 pages, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of you start developing. These days I don't think we've got those platforms. They and Hamabutika. Yeah. Ineyo I could say I can say this is what I'm trying to plan. I'm a teacher, by the way. I went to university to do education. So I feel for our school, they don't have those platforms. They're not exposed that much, and it kind of diminishes even Malawi. People cannot write if they can't read. They don't have access to all those things.
Okay. So personally, you are not a writer at the moment. What else could you be doing? Or apart from writing, apart from publishing a book, what else do you do in life?
I read a bit. I get myself involved in community activities. I just, my name is Kuripa, so I normally, I think it's embedded that I feel like I need to give back, that kind of thing. So when there are community events, I attend, I help out. Yeah.
I see. Yeah. I see that. Okay. While we are still waiting for Ngatibali Minalindi Mafuso on Facebook, please. She's here with us tonight, and she has been here for almost 2 hours now. Having you here, it's been a pleasure. Non-stop. The link is there, guys, on your screen on the bar line. If you want to join us, if you want to ask any question that you have, you can click on that link and join us and ask. Or else, you can even go on the Facebook commentary box. Ndikulemba nditu fuso limene muli nawo ngati simufuna kuti joina mumfuse olo mungolemba pamenepo yatiliwerenga tifusa mu studio muno nditu nkhani yake ndi imeneyo. Buku limene lili out there kumapata kali pano hard copies sadayambe kugulitsa munga mmene aneneramu komano posa chidapa nditu lifike ku Malawi anthu ali gule komano ngati mukulifuna hard copy muli ku UK, you can just go to akupezeni pa Nampala, akupezeni pa Facebook, akupezeni bwanji kuti lesa kufuna munthu hard copy.
Hard copy amene sangathe kundipeza ideyo atha kungokodola pa Amazon yole apeza. Those who want to be, because sometimes people are like, I need it signed, a signed copy. Most of the time, when they want a signed copy, they'll go on Facebook, my inbox, they'll say, can you send me a signed copy? So I'll sign the copy, I'll put it in the envelope, and then I send it out, and they put money in my account.
All right. Nkani ndimene nditu mukafuna buku limene li The Whirlwinds of Ndonda nditu ndi book club ino kwambiri muli nkhani zabwino kwambiri otu even ineyo ni maganiza zoti I must just continue reading even though timakhala ndi ulesi nditu owerenga koma ndi nkhani yomveka bwino kwambiri. So the good thing that I must appreciate you Patricia ndioti the language itself anthu ambiri mabuku amavuta mwina chizungu kayikidwe kamawu anthu amapezeka zoti sadziwa kuti kodi this word what does it mean koma it seems like the book is simplified. It's in the way that it's easier for you to understand, which makes it more amazing kuti munthu azikhala ndi nthawi ndithu yomvetsetsa kuti chikuchitika ndi chakuti, because some books you can read 3, 4, 5 pages koma umakanika to understand kuti kodi what's going on, what are they saying. You have to get a dictionary and stuff like that. What does it mean? But this book, I can bet you and I can promise you I've had a nip in it, and I will ngapo nditu ma paragraphs angapo, ma pages angapo, the book lodi chizungu chake ndichomveka bwino kwambiri. Just go to Amazon and nditu mugule book limene, it's just £5. Ngoma mwafuna hadi kope ndimena kunenera mukuti yayi mubwere apo. Nde napangidwa po quote on the other comment about Mwamand Muntali. Akuti our reading culture decayed long time ago. We are very much interested in getting snippets than reading prose as presented in the whirlwinds of Ndonda. We need to revamp the reading culture. That's another comment that is coming from Mamandi Muntali. I think reading enough. So,
yeah.
In a simple way, Kumalawi, Kodi Mulindi writing as well. Let's say music, they got a music association. Football, they got a football association. Netball, they got netball association and stuff like that. Writing Kumalawi, Mulindi association yapa de remenema kuyanganina.
I think ilipo, although I'm not sure, I'm trying to be corrected, but I know there's a writing association. There's a page for Facebook, it's called Just Right. And
Just Right.
Okay. It's just called Just Right, and there are a lot of members have contributed to there. And in that Facebook page, Just Right, I know there are people who have won awards. It's a platform where you can use to practice your writing. The people are just so nice. Yeah, they'll say, oh, good writing, or they say, how did it end, Bojan? I think it's not complete. Yeah. Mano, I don't know what the structure, yeah, writing association in and Malawi as of now, Saname. But I kind of know there's something, there's an organization that promotes writing. This is
okay. The other comment that came from Happy Mom, sometimes is difficult to like kubanga crack. You know, there's a joke but to translate that into English, it becomes very, very difficult. Komano, in your book, how did you manage that kind of thing? Maybe I must just read the comment. The only difficulty is when you translate a good Chichewa joke to English, it loses its vibe for whatever reason, just my opinion. So she's saying that in Chichewa, it can crack like it's a joke. When you translate that into English, it loses its elements.
Yeah, she's right about that. With the jokes that maybe I would have written in the book that would have been so funny, they become diluted. But it's also the way I think if you have a good handle of English, the good handle, there are those two languages, you can somehow make it work. Yeah, but there's always, I know there's always that thing that when you're translating or from Chichewa to Kizungu, a translation, there are two different languages, so you can't make them the same in some way. So you find a way of going around it. And you can sing at the Miambi. You can't say Miambi Wachichewa, you can't translate it into English. It doesn't.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I don't do that. Maybe I'll find an equivalent. Yeah, English.
Yes. All right, we're gonna ask our coordinator that we will have a short break before we let you go tonight. Maybe we must have a short break at to Kumalonda, Kayati Kanyimbo Kai, 2 minutes again, I give to refresh. And then when we come back, we expect my viewers, to those who got a question, they can ask our Latagumbo Bangasau Funa Kumasu code Bamene Poyoti Muta join and to pan per stream yard. titakumaonana ndikumafunsana mafunso awiri atatu kuti mubwere pano. So our coordinator, if you can take us kutilowetsa ndithu musika, that would be good. We must just have a short break. We'll be back ndithu chapompano. Komabe tikudikira iwo kuti atitengere musikamo. Mawu anu mukunena kwanu ngati buku mungalangize chani anthu?
Ngati kulemba buku, like I said poyambirira kuti just write, don't mind so much kuti anthu andiganizira chani ka grammar yanga ikutani, because ukamalemba umakhaso ngati upanga practice. Ndi chimodzimodzi ngati mpira, ukamasewera mpira suti umangokhaliratu katswiri pang'ono ugwe anthu akusekepo kaya utani
uvulale mmenemo
udzichinyeko on go kuja. There's so many mistakes that people make. Just keep writing. The more you write, the more you get you sharpen yourself. Don't be discouraged. I think kulemba muchizungu ndikovuta, so to be honest, ngasi it's a language. Don't be scared of the more you write, and also try to read as well. Olokumamvera nyingi zintizungu yani yote anachina kama ura mene gaja afinge kakhala bwino apa, you know.
Yeah, thank you so much. Mwina coordinator, take us now to the market, and we will be back shortly. Nditu tatigirani kandika nyimbo kaya ndi musika tilowetseni nditu tipange refresh pang'ono.
Ngarawika nyimbo aike yachi traditional. Ali ndi tsoka lienda.
Tsoka lienda ya pixel kapena ya kale version ya
traditional and even in sanga.
Ya tradition ya kale fa palidi amati tsoka lienda ndi ma version nangasida nangale kuti pali generation ya WhatsApp group ya WhatsApp generation inapanga so ka version kena katsopano kumano pali tsoka lienda ndithu yakale imene
stona dilungu kajena ndani nyimbo ngati zamene nyimbo zamene ona polo.
Mr. Coordinator, kamukutimva kumene mulipo nyimbo vanhu vafunika ndithu nyimbo ina yake amvere ya tsoka lienda and stuff like that.
Ayi ndithu tilipo ndithu tiyamba ndikha nyimbo akaka kuti kapiri kakhwathu si ndiyachi tradiso imene ndekana kuti ndikumiza zina ndizinazo mukuongola miyendo titero ndithu zikomo. Tuntimento upangati pa Power Global Radio muntu wankulu kwambiri blessing pathway akucheza ndithu ndi dona ameneyo Patricia Kulipa ayi ndithu khangati pano patupita kumapero kwa program yathu kwananena kuti ayi ndithu tatikirani kanyimbo noti ayi zimene zitipanga ndithu kumanakaza kuti ayi tingoyikaso akaphika kwathu kuti kayamba kuoneka kuti pano patikusanzika ndithu chifukwa cha nyengo. Alright, khangati apa ndithu takhalapo ndithu nditi ngoyika kanyimbo kamene apempha ndithu mulendo wathu walera kuti simundikira ine mene ndabecha ayi ndithu tipanga zomwezo tipange chonchi imene
ukazia mavuno muntu ina namalira sinala getsogaliyenda anabama zativika anabila ndi nyanga zomwe kumanda ayo tugalienda kukomba tanjala yamba latirizika kukumbala jivilizo latirizika kukumbala jitatu makutilekazani makoto mukalekani malilo ayo tugalienda anafika kumote kuja kululuta malilo abacha bantu wase kudabwa malilo salemela jodele andatuka dengani ngolo ngwaraitaita bwerako ikama maliro
tunditu Blessing Patrick nkhani ndimene atiwaimba tsoka lienda.
Ya itsoka lienda ndi nkhani yovuta kwambiri, nkhani yosautsa imene yatsoka lienda ka traditional song amenewo.
Anapempha ndithu mtolembi wathu.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Ndikonasa ndi nthawi yawo. Ndikonasa ndi nthawi. Panabwera mafunso angapo nditi koma amene amafunsayo ujeni Christian Wedeje ndikuti panopa anadzanena soti panopa akupita kukagona. Chifukwa ndi malingana ndi nthawi komanso tipangenso kuti apume ndithu alendo athu mutongopanga wind up ma remarks ndi zoterezo chifukwa choti tikayamba so tsegula maline apa ndi kuti tiyamba so komedwa apa chifukwa sinanga nyengo mazo yathu ija ndi kuti ikangoyamba chonchi yamba kubweranso America, Canada, Australia
has been a times sometimes of the difference.
Yeah, mungo panga wind up because panopa ndikuti talowa 2 hours straight.
2 hours straight, yeah. Siyabili, yeah. Ine ni mangofuna ndathokoze kwambiri nditu guest athu Patricia Kulipa nditu Chimangeni pobwera pano. It's been a pleasure having you here. But before you go, I just wanted to ask you, kuti mwina panali zina zimene inesina kufuseni olosumuna longosole zabuku limeneli The Whirlwinds of Ndonda, kuti mwina mwafotokozere ma viewers kapena listeners pa Power Club Radio kuti what is all about or zina zimene sina kufuseni.
No, I think is zambiri tafotokoza kale. The book is based in Ndonda ku Kasungu, and it's a village that is full of a lot of happenings. Zambiri zodabwitsa, and then people ask questions. Could be okay, why is this happening, or how did it happen, or is it really true? And then the aim is to explore our cultures and to also keep it as a record in future, so people would know what happens in my. Apart from that, yeah, you've already explained it. The book is on Amazon, £10 hard copy, £5 Kindle on an ebook. But if you want a signed copy, then you have to contact me. Apart from that, not much to say, just to say thanks for giving me this opportunity. Pleasure. Thanks for having me, and thanks for the song Togari, and because it actually resonates with what happens in some of the things.
Yeah, Musa Nabide ditu pamenepo tizakufusani mafusa mbili mutafotokoza. Ndimafuna ningofusa kuti inu pabuku limeneli mwina anthu ena amapezeka zoti out there they wanna help something. That is there anything that someone can do on this book? Kaya upangani promote, kaya ndikuthandizani munjira ina iliyonse imene you need someone to do that?
Yeah, I think on marketing side, I'm very weak. Like I said, I wrote it as a fun book. So I've just discovered when you do something like this, you have to market it. So I'm not very good. Mostly, I think it's the time issue because I also work and I've got other projects. So to market it is tough. But I would also appreciate, and of course, I'll remember my reviews and the like, but I need someone to critique me, to say, to tell me my weaknesses, because that's the only way to learn as well.
Yeah, moving forward. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And Komanso, you got what you call it, a website. You are www.patkulipachimangen.com. Pat yo mungu mulembande to PAT then kulipachimangen.com. Amene boso ndo amene nditu ali ndi website yao. If you wanna get a lot of things, mfuna muziwerenga tima short stories, there are plenty of short stories over there. Odi muthanditu kuwerenga nkhani zosiyana-siyana, not only the book, malembapo nkhani zosiyana-siyana. And then you can go to the website www.patkulipachimangeni.com ndi pamene ndithu mungapeze zonsezo. Ngati mufuna kuwafikira kuti mwapange promote zinthu ngati zimenezo, you can also go on that website ndi wasira ndithu message or email kumene koko ndithu ku website yawo kwafotokozera. Mwinaso tipe mphaso kanthawi kenakake kuti coordinator athu apange tag ka nambala kandi Facebook page yanu yoti akupezeni pamenepo. Mwina ena atha kufunikira kuti akupangeni promote, ena afuna apange nanu business sort like zonsezo atha kukupezani ndithu. They can go on the website. But kuchokera kwa ineyo, I have to thank you so much for coming in and for having to have time with you. It's not been easy. Ndithu choti takondwa nanu ndithu khala pano 2 hours tikucheza limodzi. It's not a joke. Mwene ndi zambiri zopanga ndithu outside book lano and this stuff like that. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thanks so much. Have a good night and God bless you as well.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. So from me, blessings, Patue Panda. We'll see you this coming Monday again when we have another guest of the week here on Power Global Radio. Dingoti makumanusa mine munatenga mbali pano pa Power Global Radio kukhala nafe kuyamba kwaja mpaka pano. Much appreciated. Have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, anali a blessing pathway ndithu kucheza ndithu ndi nzimayi woyu Patricia Kulipa Chimangeni. Thank you so much, my brother only from South Africa. Kungo sanzika baba chingo sanzika so ndika nyimbo komwe gajo abali bempanje suguri soca leyenda. So anyway, yeah, if you want to grab Patricia Kulipa through Facebook, that's the link there. You can actually follow. Just search for Patricia Kulipa on Facebook and connect. And once again, to get the book or to get the electronic version of it, as well as the hard copy, please visit Amazon and you get your own copy. I got one. Let me show you. I'm being honest anyway. I did to card wearing and did book I'm so blessed and I'm so privileged to have the copy of this book, The Whirlwinds of Ndonda. Signing out. My name is DJ Nice.
Malilo salemela jode anda toka denga ningolo ida kwela ko ega malilo abacha wadika kuyenda ngolo.
I also want to appreciate those who actually tune in and those who made some comments. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Alfred Nyayeku Msuku, thank you so much for tuning in. Elim Gogo, thank you, Mom. Happy Mom. Thanks for your contribution. Thank you. We appreciate it. Already Vine Bass. Tell you when the meaning isn't a local or is no change in India.
Ayo,
Just to let you know that we're also live on Radio 3 Tuning Radio. Anytime we broadcast 24/7 non-stop. You can check us. All right, Masra Wanji, Manziga Wanji, Kumenemorego. I'm sending out. My name is DJ Janais Koma. So, we're Munji to come to Wankuru Kwambiri. Montwankuru Kwambiri. Blessing Patrick Banda. Appreciating Connects Banda. Thank you so much for tuning in and your contribution. And not forgetting Christian Wedeja. With that song, I just want to say that we are out from Facebook. If you want to listen to more music, stay tuned and go to TuneIn and listen to more music. Stay tuned and keep it locked.